Hi everyone, the meeting's starting. Welcome to the Interact Takeover. So first we are starting with our evocation service over self. Please bow your heads for a moment of reflection. As we gather for this Rotary meeting, let us remember our commitment to service above self. This principle embodies our dedication to serving the needs of our communities and making a positive impact on the world. We are reminded of the words of Nelson Mandela, who said, "What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead." This sentiment perfectly encapsulates our ethos as Interact and Rotary members. We strive to make a real difference in the lives of those around us, and in doing so, leave a lasting legacy of good deeds. We must also bear in mind the words of Mother Teresa, who said, "I can do things you cannot, you can do things I cannot. Together we can do great things." As a community of Interact and Rotary members, we must work together towards a common goal of service to humanity. It is only through collective effort and collaboration that we can achieve true greatness and make a real difference in the world. So let us come together today with a renewed commitment to service above self. Let us be inspired by these powerful words and strive to make a real impact on the world around us. Together, we can achieve greatness and leave a lasting legacy of compassion and service. Now, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Bedar.
And now we will introduce our visiting Rotarians. First, we have from Nursing Admin, University Area Rotary, Betty Lou Richardson. Next, we have from Engineering, from Hyannis, Massachusetts, Dennis Miller. Thank you so much for being here and joining us for the Interact Takeover today.
Absolutely.
And now our introduction. Oh, if you have a guest, please stand and we will come with the microphone and introduce.
I would like to introduce Maria Simons. She was a longtime member of the CUSD board, and she is now the Public Information Officer for the district. And she is also the proud mother of 3 Coronado High School graduates and a dear friend.
Thank you, Madam President. Fellow Rotarians and guests, I have a special guest, my husband, Tom Miller.
Is that all? And now our introductions. Hi, my name is Nina Kamaisa. I am a co-president of Interact. I first joined the Interact Club during my sophomore year because I wanted a way to reconnect with my peers at CHS, especially over COVID and online school. During sophomore year, I was a sophomore representative, and during my junior year, I was one of the directors of outreach. And now I'm currently a co-president. I'm especially grateful that I was able to have the Interact Club during my high school experience because of the supportive and uplifting community that was created by the Interact members, but also the Rotarians, and especially Mrs. Bergener, who is our amazing advisor. In the fall, I will be attending UC Riverside in the University Honors Program and will be studying biology. And I'm also excited to find out that there's a Rotaract Club at UC Riverside. So I'm definitely looking forward to joining and hopefully maybe leading it by the end of my time at UC Riverside. Hi, my name is Katie Sullivan. I'm currently a senior and I'm co-president of Interact. I've been a part of Interact since my sophomore year, similar to Nina, and wanted to reconnect with my fellow classmates. Nina was one of the reasons I got into Interact. We had letter writing to the local hospital because many people couldn't see their
friends and family. So Interact had a letter writing. So that was the reason I joined. My sophomore year, I was a sophomore representative. And then my junior year, I was director of outreach. And then this year, I'm co-president. I love my time in Interact and being able to participate with my peers in beach cleanups and going down to the orphanage, which we will talk about later. In the fall, I will be attending college at the Holy Cross in Massachusetts to study political science. I will also do pre-law and journalism. I would like to present the other Interact members that are here today. Please stand when your name is called. Sienna Pearson, Treasurer. Kate Gregory is our Vice President, but she's unable to make it today. Sorry, Kate. Kate, please stand. And she will also be our co-president for next year. Michaela Cordova. Daniela Finch. And Abigail Pearson. And she will be our Vice President next year.
Now we have our Rotary announcements. So there will be a Rotary networking social on Thursday, May 25th. Make sure to see Natalie Bailey. Is Natalie Bailey here? Right there, see Natalie Bailey. Next is the Flags on the Avenue on Monday, May 29th on Memorial Day. We have a Rotary June social on Thursday, June 8th. And we really hope to see you at the last beach cleanup of the year on Saturday, June 10th. And then also the Coronado Rotary Installation and Recognition Dinner on Thursday, June 29th at the Coronado Yacht Club.
So next is you're invited to a welcome summer party with Dine and Dance Coronado on June 10th, the Nautilus Room from 6:30 to 10. There'll be music by Ron's Garage. Enjoy a 3-course meal in a lovely bay setting followed by dancing. Check out dineanddancecoronado.com.
Do I get a minute for that?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I will.
This is a non-Rotarian announcement, so we'll think about this. So this is a wonderful opportunity you can see for Rotarians who are not members of Dine and Dance. You are invited to come and join our Dine and Dance on the 10th at the member pricing. You don't have to join. You can come with the member pricing. Go online and sign up as a member. Even though you're not, it's okay. They will figure out who you are, and if you try to cheat, they will catch you. Anyway, but it's a... That's another fine. Okay, now, Connie Spitzer said to remember, you don't have to be a great dancer to come to this, Rob. You don't have to, you're a great dancer, Rob. No, you don't have to be a great dancer, so come and really it's all about the fun. It's a wonderful evening. The dinner is fabulous. We're going to have all kind of good stuff here. We're going to have marinated tenderloin kebab. You're going to have grilled shrimp kebab, grilled portobello in a vegetarian meal. They have complimentary wine with the dinner. It is really a wonderful thing. So I encourage all of you, if you're not, give us a try. It's a really fun, great group. Now, Interact, I probably owe you something for a non-Rotarian announcement. If I donated $50 to Interact, would that cover it? No? 500? No, I don't think so. I will accept, let's see, how about 100? But it goes to Interact, folks. Interact. Jamie, Interact for them. Okay, thank you very much, ladies.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Well done.
Oh, thank you.
We will now be doing an overview of the Interact Club for this year. Our co-presidents are Nina Kamaiza.
And Katie Sullivan.
Our vice president is Kate Gregory. Our secretary is Dylan Burke. Our treasurer is Sienna Pearson.
And our underclassmen representatives is Leah Kamaisa, Ella Chias, and Isabella Barraza, who unfortunately are not able to make it today. This year, the Interact Club was able to participate in 5 beach cleanups. At the beginning of the year, we mostly did beach cleanups with just the Interact Club, but in the months of January, April, and May, the Interact Club was able to attend the Rotary beach cleanups. And we really enjoyed getting an opportunity to meet and talk with Rotarians each beach cleanup. And we found some really interesting things on the beach. We found shoes and sweatshirts and the most random items. This past beach cleanup, we invited the Interact Club at Grossmont High School to join us. In the middle photo is a photo of all of us. It was really great to get an opportunity to bond with them and also hear about how they run their club in Grossmont and see what we can do to improve for future years. We hope to participate in more Rotary Beach cleanups in the future, and they're just such a great way to spend our Saturday mornings.
This December, we had our annual holiday bake sale at the Coronado Christmas Parade. We were gathered at Pretty Please and raised money for our club. With these funds, we were able to buy food for Interact gatherings and also for the equipment for the orphanage we visited that we'll be discussing in a second. If you're at the parade next year, don't forget to stop by and show some love. We still love seeing Rotarians out and about. Another thing that we did this year was our 4-way speech contest. Both Abby and Sienna participated in the contest and made it to sub-regionals. We were so proud of them. We are so proud that our interactors did so well this contest. Next year, we anticipate even more interactors to join in on the fun.
You're here today.
On May 6th, 11 of us traveled down to Tijuana to the La Hacienda Orphanage. Leading up to our visit, we also held a drive in which we collected hygiene products and anything that the orphanage needed. In the middle photo is a photo of all of us carrying the items into the orphanage. This was our first time being able to visit the orphanage since COVID hit, so it was a really special event for Interact this year. We wanted to thank Rotarian Ron Bernetti for the generous donation to the orphanage. We were able to rent a van to travel down together. Driving into Mexico was really quick, but it did take us 5+ hours to get back across the border. However, it did give us a lot of time to reminisce about the trip and and how important it was for us Interact students to have this incredible opportunity and bond with each other, it was such a great experience. While we were there, we played games with the children and did crafts and fed over 70 people. Although it was difficult to communicate with the children because of the language barrier, it wasn't hard to pick up a frisbee or a football and play games with them. There was one part of the trip where we had the opportunity to paint with the children, and they taught us some Spanish, and it was really great.
As Nita talked about, and as you can see in the photos, we bonded with our new friends through arts and crafts, breaking bread together and playing games outside. Heidi worked in the kitchen full-time preparing for the meals while Jean Marie joined in the games. Because of the generous donation by Mr. Brenny, we were able to provide for a fun-filled and meaningful day with the children. We brought around $250 worth of hygiene-related products, because those are the most needed at the orphanage. It was such an incredible experience, and I enjoyed the time there and being able to connect with the children. We thank Dr. Heidi Bergner for driving us in the humongous van, and Mrs. Jean Marie Bond for the get out of the car and run to the bathroom and bonding conversations.
I was a chaperone, it wasn't me.
Next, we will be introducing our Interact for the 2023-2024 school year. When your name is called, please stand one more time and we'll recognize you. Our co-presidents are Dylan Burke and Kate Gregory. Our vice president is Neil Pearson.
gotta mute this guy, sorry.
And also Gesundheit.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for staying home.
Okay, we're good, go ahead.
Our secretary is Ella Chias and our treasurer is Leah Kamaisa. Unfortunately, they were not able to make it here today. And our underclassmen are chosen in the fall. So here are some plans and goals we have for the future of Interact. Unfortunately, Katie and I will be graduating, but we really hope that these are some of our goals. So we really hope to start doing orphanage visits multiple times a year and more drives to different organizations around San Diego. Before the COVID pandemic hit, orphanage visits were occurring 2 to 3 times a year, so we really hope to start that back up again. We hope to increase volunteer opportunities and increase membership. We hope to continue the WAPI project. We hope to participate in more Rotary events and beach cleanups throughout the year. And we really hope to start doing more partnerships with other clubs on campus, as well as with other Interact clubs in San Diego.
And now we welcome Ryla, sorry. We welcome Ryla participants to share about their experience at the Ryla Leadership Camp this past spring.
Thank you.
Come on up, Rylarians. Hello, Rotarians and guests. The Rotary Youth Leadership Award is given to high school juniors who are recognized as leaders in their school and their communities. So the students who are selected attend an action-packed 3-day camp, leadership camp, and they build on their already great leadership skills and become more effective service-based leaders, which is the Rotary way. So, and it's usually described by most of the students who attend as a life-changing experience. And I've been lucky enough to be there a couple times as a facilitator, and you gotta go to understand how amazing it is. Anyway, this year, our Ryla committee selected 9 juniors for the Youth Leadership Award, and 5 of whom are here with us today. So I'd like to introduce them and let each one of them have about 30 seconds to describe how wonderful 3 days were. So here we have Susanna Pate and Kate Gregory and Jack Shoemaker and Baxter Simpson and Jake Walker. So I really appreciate it.
My favorite part about Rotary was just the unique group of people. You never get an experience with so many amazing leaders, and just the environment itself, the energy, getting to learn what off one another, and just the experience itself. I didn't know what I was walking into, and walking away from it, I couldn't be more glad that I had that experience. So.
Yeah, I agree with everything Susanna said. It was really fun. We had different family groups, so you were forced to kind of get to know people who were different than you and not stay with people at your school. So it was a great opportunity to just meet new people and learn new leadership skills.
Yeah, it really was an amazing experience. The speakers we heard were very inspiring. I made a lot of new friends, and it's just a very diverse group. And the groups you put into, you're kind of forced to, or not forced, but you open up to them a lot, and it's very nice.
I was very blessed and grateful for the experience to get the opportunity to go to the camp. Like Susanna said, I kind of went. I didn't really know what to expect, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go and try to have the most amount of fun I can have, and meet the most amount of people that I can meet too. And I was able to do both of those. I was able to change my perspective, learn from other people, and learn about their perspectives, and just have a great and meaningful and life-changing experience overall.
My my time there, I loved the speakers. They were amazing. We had the mayor of Escondido come up and tell us how he became the mayor. And then the other part that I loved the best was just being able to connect with everyone that was there. There's always someone new to go and talk to.
I want to thank them. I think the world really is in a lot better shape than we know it is when you get to really know and meet people and our young students like this. We're very lucky in our community. So thank you all and congratulations.
We just want to give another thank you for coming and sharing your experiences with Vila.
And now we want to introduce Anne-Marie Bond, who will introduce Mr. Carl Mueller.
First of all, aren't these kids absolutely amazing? I mean, let's just give them a round of applause. And sitting in the borderline with Nina and Michaela, I learned all about the cultural cuisine of borderline food. So I've learned a whole new culture here. Thank you, girls. Now, I'm actually going to do a dual introduction because I think they're going to tag team it, but Carl Mueller has been an educator since 1977, and he has been with the Coronado Unified School District for 14 years. He started at Coronado High School as the ROP CTE director, became the assistant principal, and then became the principal at Coronado High School. And I can say, because he was there when my boys were there, this is the most kind, compassionate, caring, and competent principal you'll ever meet. But now, after a little 3-year stint at Canyon Crest, he came back as our superintendent, and he's been here for 7 years. Shane, on the other hand, he's been with the district for 10 years. He's served in many different roles, first as the director and principal at COSA, and I understand that Rotary is going to be donating $1,000 to COSA. He was then the assistant principal and the principal at Coronado High School, and now he's the director of special programs. So these kids are the people they are today because these people oversee. So.
Thank you, Jean Marie, and thank you, students. Great job. 2 Thursdays in a row to hear from our kiddos. Do you want to stay up? Can we have that image of me from 2005 back up, please? There we go. My little brother started in, it really is a privilege to speak to Rotarians. As Jean Marie mentioned, I started working in Coronado Unified in 2005, hired as the assistant principal. And just to put it into some context, one of our RILA students was born during my first year in this district and just presented as a senior. So that's a little, we have 12 employees in our district that went through our schools and are now teaching and working with our students. And here in this meeting, we have former Islanders, parents of Islanders. It's just wonderful to be a part of a community where you see the multi-generational connections that are established and the history. And with that history comes trust. And I use the word trust because we believe that we are entrusted to serve the students of this community, and that has to be earned, and that's ongoing. So this afternoon, Shane and I will present for about 30 minutes, hopefully have some time to answer some questions. Maria is here to give us timing reminders because both of us like to carry on. But we'd like to start with a video that we use to kind of capture in 2 minutes the essence of CUSD.
Yes. 1 second. It's not really advancing on me here. I'm clicking. Okay, here we go. It's starting to click. And which one is it?
You're almost there.
There we go.
Welcome to Coronado Unified School District, where every child, every day is connected, challenged, and championed. In our district, we serve students aged 4 through 22 at our 4 public schools: Silver Strand and Village Elementaries, Coronado Middle and Coronado High School, which includes our nationally recognized Coronado School of the Arts. We are small and diverse, giving us the unique ability to truly focus on each child and their individual needs. Our ultimate goal is simple: to prepare students to excel in higher education, careers, society, and life.
Sorry.
It's okay. Perhaps we can pivot and come back to that video at the end.
You want
It's so good.
Oh, yeah. I want to see it
You want your
now.
PowerPoint now?
I can. John, come on up.
Very good.
Start with the water first.
Yeah, got some cozy people here.
That's right.
Yeah.
The one you downloaded earlier?
Did your COSA students put that together?
We had a team of people come in and help put that together, and then we had someone actually edit and bring it all together. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Can you double click on it? And then you run slideshow.
We're running
So
early,
then
yeah.
you come out of the way.
We're running early. We got tons of time.
Okay.
No any good jokes, Carl? Yeah.
There it is.
Okay, we'll try to come back and key the video, maybe as we transition between Mr. Schmeichel and myself. Okay, we'll go through these slides pretty quickly. Next slide. Carl Mueller, Superintendent. We're a unified school district, 4 schools, 380 staff members, and we operate a $42 million a year budget. Next slide. Our demographics, about 2,800 students. We have maxed out in our enrollment at about 3,100 students over the years, and there's a slide that we will show there. We made a very intentional and purposeful decision to slowly build our enrollment back up post-pandemic. As many of you know, we have the ability to recruit interdistrict transfer students through our Coronado School of the Arts, but also through partnerships with the United States Navy, our employee associations, and other businesses here in Coronado in agreement where their children, if they work or serve in our community, they can attend. We've slowed down enrollment within the past few years. We're slowly building back up to that 3,000, 3,100 to give time to transition back from the pandemic. Some notable demographics up here in particular, because you'll hear over and over this morning, 41% of our students are military connected. Our vision and mission statements, if you're interested, I'm not going to read them to you. They're on our website, but really the point that we like to highlight is that we like to graduate students who have the confidence to determine their own futures. And we believe strongly that it's our responsibility to provide them access to experiences and resources to broaden their interests so they're making some informed decisions when they transition to 13th grade, life beyond 650 D Avenue. We believe every child every day deserves a connection, a challenge, and a champion. Last week, you guys saw some of our student athletes talking about their experiences competing for CUSD, but also their experience in our classrooms, their performance in our classrooms. This morning, through Interact and RILA, we have amazing students. And we feel if they come to school every day, have a deep connection to the school, something that gets them out of bed in the morning. And that can be a club, that can be a sport, that can be a relationship with a teacher, it can be a peer group. We have to nurture and design connections so our students feel like they are part of the greater school community. A challenge. We are an academic institution, so our instructional program is always priority number 1. We need our students to feel challenged in the classroom, and then champions. We want them to champion self and make those purposeful decisions, so when they do leave us, they have the confidence to determine their own futures. But we also like to hire and develop our staff so they serve as champions for our kids. And those of you who have had students go through our district know the profound and deep relationships that are established between our youth and our adults. So we need to champion our kiddos. Next. Again, what I just said, but much more succinct and efficient. Next slide. Our partners, the Coronado Rotary Club, whether it's a big check or volunteer service or coming to our schools to help beautify in your service days, or just the relationships. And in a community like ours, having 2 high school students of my own, the extra eyes and ears and care that a community provides for the students. These are some of our partners. I know Georgia is here from Coronado Safe. We have Michelle Gilmore is here from the Coronado Schools Foundation. But the Rotarians, the Optimists, we couldn't do what we do without the partnerships. The city of Coronado, the police department, we are who we are because of those who support our efforts. So a very brief where we are today, measuring the state of the district. At the beginning of the year, we get most of the metrics that we use, the data points, aren't released until the summer. So we're going to be looking at this year, current year data, last year's data. We don't have current year data until the summer, but we're going to go ahead and look through briefly the state of the district. Next slide. I mentioned this earlier. This just shows from school year 2000 to current our enrollment trends. You'll see we reached about 3,150 students at our peak, and then what percentage of those kiddos are ours through inter-district transfer agreements with neighboring school districts. Next slide. We have a long-range plan that guides our work. The state of California has an accountability document called LCFF, the Local Control Funding Formula, and it ties our work into an LCAP. Lots of acronyms from the state. They measure 8 state priorities. Our governing board said we want a local document that guides strategic thinking and vision for CUSD. We have categorized those into 4: academic achievement, budget, support, and communication. Next slide. Starting with academic achievement, we set as a goal to be in the top 5 in San Diego County, according to local standardized test scores. We've achieved that. We set some lofty goals in the area of advanced placement, 3rd grade reading level, and 8th grade math. We believe that we will have 90% of our 3rd grade students reading at or above reading level, and we know that 8th grade mathematics is a pathway and kind of a key moment for the development of our mathematicians, and so a lot of concentrated and focused effort on 8th grade math. And obviously our advanced placement scores, we have a very robust, for the size of our high school, advanced placement course of study offering for our students. And as you'll see in a few slides, we've also developed a large dual credit partnership with Southwestern Community College. And I believe this year 150 of our students will graduate with transferable college credits in their pocket from that partnership with Southwestern Community College. So just some of those metrics: our AP pass rate with 47 students in internship and work experience. Last year we had 99 students that benefited from that partnership that I just described. That number has increased. Another thing that's notable here is the State Seal of Biliteracy. The state of California has developed 2 state seals, one in biliteracy and one in civic engagement. And if a student graduates from any high school in the state of California with those seals, they've demonstrated competency or mastery in either service to their community or being a bilingual student. This year we hosted our first cultural and world language festival at CUSD, where we not only recognized our high school students who were earning the state seal, but our 5th graders that were on track to reach that, our 8th graders that had already met the pre-requirements for our state seal of biliteracy, and then we had a cultural fair in our quad, and it was amazing. Parents throughout the community came out and had booths with food samplings and music. We had the San Ysidro High School Mariachi Band, and this is a program that we will continue to develop and grow because all of the research show that developing world language skills and acquisition is a gateway into careers, and all of the benefits speak for themselves. And the world, thank you. Our cast highlights, we're proud to say we were the top ELA, English Language Arts performing district in the county. Second in math, second in science. That doesn't sit well with us. We're working on that. But our students are amazing. And I mentioned the 41% earlier. We have systems in place to support our students that are military connected because there's a lot of mobility. We have students coming and going from our district from a variety of states. So we have assessment plans in place where we screen our students when they come in and then create a learning plan that meets them where they are to try to either catch them up or provide enrichment and acceleration to ensure that they're continuing to develop and grow. Next slide. How am I doing with time?
You need some.
Okay, I'm not doing well with time. We're doing great with our budget. I'm not going to go through slides. I'll just ask for some key highlight slides. We hear a lot in our community about community funded or basic aid funding for our school district. I see Mr. Sankey is here. He's well aware of this. Basic aid essentially says property tax dollars stay in the community to fund public education. That will be a game changer for CUSD. We don't currently qualify for basic aid. It's tied to the redevelopment agency bond debt. That will expire. Our goal is 2026. We're looking at about 25% increased revenue when we become a basic aid school district. For the time, we're under that local control funding formula that I mentioned earlier. And on average, we receive about $1,700 less than students in neighboring districts. But we're doing okay with our budget. Next slide. Next slide. We'll go through these. Next slide. Support. Some supports that we have in place. Obviously our goal when we talk about connect, challenge, and champion, we need to strengthen resources for the physical and emotional health of our students. This was a long-range planning goal prior to the pandemic. Renewed focus and effort and resources expended there. Academic supports, I see former trustee Dr. Helen Anderson Cruz. We want to develop, in a conversation at our lunch table, a resource center for students for tutoring supports, academic tutoring supports, and really staff it with volunteers within Coronado to come in and lend time to our students, tutoring in the areas of math, science, English language arts, and as we begin to further develop our state seal of civic engagement, opportunities to engage with adults in our community on community service projects, giving back to the community so they'll be eligible for that state seal. CNADO is one of our character education program. It really helps establish the culture of inclusivity and fosters respect on our campus. This is an ongoing project and something that we are fiercely committed to ensure that every child every day feels valued and heard within our care. Communication can go a bit long at times. We have added a public information officer. We understand we are living in a time where information overload has occurred. Social media, email, telephone calls, newsletters. We try to make our communication platforms not only consistent, but efficient and user-friendly. And so we actually track data to see how many of our parents are accessing information through our website, how many are accessing information through emails. Because our schools are busy little cities for our students, there's a lot of information that we push out, and that's an ongoing focus and effort of ours as well. So other celebrations, 99% of our students graduate. We are providing increased access to a broadened course of study at Coronado High School. We just added another career tech education pathway in engineering architecture. In the CTE course of studies, these pathways, students either graduate with community college credits in their pocket or a portfolio that helps them apply to and gain acceptance into university. We've expanded world language back to our elementary schools through a grant from the Department of Defense. It's our 7th DODEA grant. We're great partners with the US Navy, and we're always hustling for resources for our students. Next. We want to continue expanding opportunities for our students. We, along with the state of California, have started an expanded TK program, so pre-kindergarten opportunities for our youngest students at both Village and Silver Strand. Areas of focus: expansion of special education supports, expansion of our academic interventions and acceleration or enrichment experiences, to always understand. I started with the T word, trust. You entrust us with your students. We need to earn that. We're interested in lowering our class size and not waiting for basic aid, but really starting to begin that transition to lower our class size. We want to pay our people. We have champions of youth. We want to focus on a competitive employee compensation model. And I'm going to turn this over to Shane and hopefully leave him with enough time to play the video. Thank you all so much for your ongoing support. We love your kids, and we couldn't do what we do without the support.
Yeah, just go to a share and then say multiple.
Yeah, I think I didn't have the screen share.
Yeah, but if you click here, yep. No, click on the top arrow. That little one. That little one.
Oh, you want, we can make you a co-host. Yeah, then, yeah, so we're gonna make you a co-host.
Okay.
There's
There's
two
two ways
ways
you
to
can
share.
Do you want to do the video?
And it's Shane,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Shane, yep.
We're gonna try the video one more time, and if it doesn't work, I'll put on my tap shoes.
Should work now.
Just volume coming through there.
No.
Welcome to Coronado Unified School District, where every child, every day, is connected, challenged, and championed. In our district, we serve students aged 4 through 22 at our 4 public schools: Silver Strand and Village Elementaries, Coronado Middle and Coronado High School, which includes our nationally recognized Coronado School of the Arts. We are small and diverse, giving us the unique ability to truly focus on each child and their individual needs. Our ultimate goal is simple: to prepare students to excel in higher education, careers, society, and life, with the confidence to determine their futures. We have high academic standards and engaging enrichment experiences, all offered in a safe and supportive environment. Our robust course offerings, clubs, and inclusive school communities allow our dedicated staff to truly connect to our students, schools, programs, and one another. Coronado Unified's rigorous curricula, coupled with our kindergarten through high school career technical education pathways in the arts, science, technology, and engineering, challenge our students, allowing them to expand their natural abilities and pursue their passions. Through collaboration with the City of Coronado, its residents, and the community's strong ties to the U.S. Navy, our district continues to contribute to a legacy and tradition of excellence. We are full of excitement and pride, where our adults champion our students and our students champion one another. We are Coronado Unified School District. We are one town, one team.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Shane Schmeichel. I've worked with many of you over the years on different projects. I'm very proud to be a member of Coronado Unified and the community of Coronado. This is the best place in the world to be. I'm going to talk kind of fast, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to now take you into the classroom through photos. I want you to leave here with kind of a story, but let me tell you why I'm calling this exploration of self as you're going to come into the classroom with me. Experiences in preschool through 12th grade, what happens then is that guides us to who we become as an adult. CUSD, as you heard from Superintendent Mueller, is committed to helping students find their strengths, their passion, and to be prepared to keep learning as they become contributing community members. The reason I titled this Exploration of Self is because through education and through that lens of the whole child, all of these experiences within Coronado Unified and our community impact the future and ultimately impact the ability of our students to lead and to provide the foundation for the next generation to put service above self.
Yeah. What he did there?
Yeah. Good job.
So I'm going to take you into a few of our classrooms. I'm going to highlight just a few. This is just a peek into a few things happening in Coronado. Our arts programs, visual and performing arts, you'll hear me say that acronym, innovation labs, world languages, and the changing landscape of where students go after high school. Currently, Coronado Unified has discrete and integrated arts experiences for all students preschool through 12th grade. If you look back to 7-8 years ago, that was not true in our district. We've always valued the arts, but there have been times of our career as a public school where we were not able to provide those opportunities. It takes a village, CSF, SAVE, Coronado Unified, City of Coronado, Rotary, you name it, the list goes on for us to be able to continue this work. Somebody recently asked me, Shane, how do you describe the value of the arts? And this was my text. I copied this from my text. And this is what I was thinking that day and time. Through the creative process, we are able to better understand our strengths and how those strengths pertain to all aspects of life. Not only are students learning the technique of art, but they're also, through the art, we teach about relationships, history, the value of diversity and diverse perspectives. We have the best VAPA teachers in the world in our school district. VAPA, again, stands for Visual and Performing Arts, acronyms in education. Again, it's not just the experience of that technique, but it's the interaction that we have with that our students get with our amazing staff. Here you see kindergartners learning color and combining color. Next, we're gonna go fast here. Okay, not only are they creating art, but they're responding to it as well. Here our second graders made a collage by using different lines and magazine cutouts. They then exhibited their own artwork and then had to provide feedback, what we call kind words, about the art so that they can better understand how a different way of communication through image. These fourth graders here learned that art can have a message. They can use the oil pastels and learn about the elements of line and write a story and teach about an animal from across the world. Here they were doing Aboriginal art from Australia. It was an amazing lesson. I got to be in the classroom to see this. Students also learn, not only are they learning all the techniques of art, like I already said, but how they themselves are unique and how that uniqueness adds value to the world. If you were at the CSF Art and Wine Festival last weekend, you saw that even elementary students make art worthy of being sold and put on display. There were a few I wanted to purchase, and I did purchase a piece by a COSA freshman student. Their art beautifies our campus through a variety of displays and exhibits throughout the year. And let's not forget about our middle school. We have, again, amazing art teachers there. Not only do they teach, again, about art, but they're at the age where they're starting to better understand how they're part of a bigger society. Did you know that Coronado Middle School has a kiln? Have you heard of a middle school doing ceramics and firing their own ceramics? That's unreal. Here they're making mosaics. These are middle schoolers making a mosaic that says, "Be your best." And here in these mosaics, they're starting to highlight the arts that are available within Coronado Middle School. This project is called Be Yourself, B-E-E. Students draw elements about themselves into a hexagon, then they assemble their hexagons to create one huge colony of students, the world, the society. And let's not forget about our amazing musical theater and drama program at the middle school, KCMS, band and choir. You'll probably have seen them all over town in the last year or two since the pandemic. They've been out and about and performing, even our littlest band kiddos. Coronado High School has arts galore, right? Not only in the classroom, but if you've been on the campus, installations all over. CHS is bursting at the seams with talent, passionate arts teachers and students. Can you believe these are made of ceramic? Okay. These are pinch pots, and yes, they're making me hungry. I might need to go get another dessert. But this is just one small example of what is made every week in those classrooms. Our campus has 3 dance studios. Many of our students over here spend many hours a day in those dance studios. 3 dance studios in a high school. Again, really something to celebrate. And for those of you that are familiar with COSA, you know we have 6 conservatories, our digital arts, technical theater production, visual art, instrumental music, musical theater and dance, and of course our dance studios. Here's a COSA student is working on a canvas. And so this is really an integrated art project because it was inspired by a Russian author. So really using, through the sense of literature, making visual art. And here students are really focusing on surrealism. This is a project from over a year ago, I think a year and a half ago with the dance department. And some of the most creativity in our school district happens in our innovation labs. Did you know that both of our elementary schools and our middle school have an innovation lab? If you ever get the chance to walk in, even if there's nobody in the room, you can feel the energy of how that environment can get students to think, problem solve, and really be critical thinkers. Here's some more of our students in our middle school lab. They really adopt a design thinking mindset. They do activities in groups, individuals, they do competitions. There's not a quiet time in the iLab, and they are learning from that lack of silence, let me tell you. And in our elementary school, here they're designing some toys. Not only do they have to design them, but they have to plan ahead of time. They have to draw out. They have to, again, work in groups. They have to communicate, both verbally, in writing, and then make. There's some more students working in there, okay. Now, you heard from Superintendent Mueller about the expansion of our Spanish program. Again, that's happening through a $2.3 million Department of Defense grant. And we have added Spanish back into the elementary school. In our state, our superintendent of education in our state has really guided school districts into us being better preparing our students to be successful in the international world of business and other entities that are really going to open doors for them in the future of jobs and experiences we don't even know yet exist. The model that we have in the elementary school is really exploratory. So it's introducing them to the language, it's getting them to have excitement, better understand cultures, and how that ties to them to get them to the spot where they want to learn the vocabulary and grammar and really become fluent in that language. As you heard from Superintendent Mueller, we have Seal of Biliteracy. We're also starting the Seal of Civic Engagement. Lots of new ways in which our high schoolers show what their strengths are and how they can be successful in the future. And the landscape after high school is changing rapidly. Some of it was due to the pandemic, but some of it was already underway. As you heard, you may have heard ACT, SAT, GPAs, things that I used when I applied for college are not as important today as more as what I call a portfolio of experiences. So being in Interact Club, volunteering, being involved in a career pathway, you name it, the list goes on. Colleges are looking at that. And it's not just a four-year college that is necessarily the way to get to a successful, happy career anymore. We'll skip over this one. 47% of the jobs currently this year in California require less than a four-year degree, and these are jobs that are high paid, high wage, high enjoyment level jobs. For example, we need people, specialists in semiconductors and microelectronics, zero emission vehicles. Who's going to transfer this state into only having those vehicles available for purchase if our own students aren't learning that? And again, those are specialty training programs that our students could go into that didn't exist prior to the pandemic. And we'll skip to the next one, thank you. Okay, internships. We are still looking for more companies and institutions across Coronado so that our students can go out and get internship experience. They get credits on their high school transcript, and again, if they choose to go to a four-year college or any specialty training program, they get to use that in their portfolio of application. Through learning in Coronado Unified, our students become leaders. Thank you so much for walking into the classroom with me very quickly. There's a lot more to learn about what is actually happening within the four walls of every classroom. But thank you again for all your support for Coronado Unified. We, Superintendent Mueller, Ms. Simon, and I couldn't do it without you. Thank you.
Can we have one more applause for Mr. Schmeichel and Mr. Mueller? Thank you so much. Are we able to have the presentation?
Oh, your presentation?
Yes.
Let's see, what was that called? I might not have it at this point.
Oh, no worries. We can just announce. Okay. So we have one more announcement, and that will be that next week's meeting will be at the Navy base at the I-Bar, and the speaker will be CO Captain McKissick, and it is sure to be a hit.
Yes.
Thank you all so much for coming, and thank you for having Interact and all the Interact officers here today.
Gandhi once said, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. We sincerely hope that we can continue to partner with Rotary next year to make an impact on our community together. Thank you so much.